Who wants to watch some basketball? I said, who wants to watch some basketball?
I do.
Jason Tom here alongside Elliot Sabate. We got Toronto Basketball Academy and Halifax Prep. Both teams playing their second games on the day. So an even matchup both when it talk about rest, when we talk about matchups too. It looks pretty good out there.
This is a team with size at the wing, 6'6", 6'7" on the wings. You got guards who could really blow by and explode at the rim.
Which Marcus Masters just did. Got a chance to talk to the CBA Academy team a little bit. Make sure that we got some correct pronunciations of the names.
For TBA?
Yeah.
I thought you were already familiar with them from last year.
Oh, yeah, I was familiar with TBA last year, but this is a completely different squad outside of Marcus Masters and Mir Golizade. I mean, a couple of the guys that have elevated to this roster were kind of down the rung a little bit last year, which speaks a lot to how TBA can produce their players and coach them up, as they say. The ball right now, one of those guys I'm very familiar with, Marcus Masters, one of my favorite players in this league because of his pit bull mentality. Bring it down on the other end, Christo Ogodo. Brandon Muntu. Pass it up. Janine Simmons. Drop off. Can't get it to go the first time. Jumping all over the glass is Okoye.
He loves using that pump fake, man. He gets a lot of guys off their feet. Amir Golizade. That time it's Sami Jahan that time on the finish cleanup. Seems like TBA's coming out with the same type of offense they started off with against Crestwood.
Yeah, a lot of people were impressed with what they saw at TBA in their first game of their NPA season.
I mentioned it on Twitter, and I'll mention it again on the live stream. I don't think that we got a true indication of who the better team was, considering that Crestwood had already played 3. But we know that they're matching up again.
They do play later in the season a home game in the Toronto area. And I'm sure both teams will be looking forward to that. But considering how Crestwood had rolled over the competition in their first 3 games, to take a positive out of a negative, I'm sure head coach Ro Russell is going to take this opportunity to let his guys know that they're not unbeatable. And if they were to go home from this session 4-0, he might have been battling a little bit of that mentality.
You got it.
Currently the only remaining, we have Edge at 3-0 right now after their divisional session, but you know, let's be honest, we can't really get a feel for this league until after that national central session in Ottawa a month from now. Behind the back, Janine Simmons finds his boy Okoye for 2.
And Janine Simmons, one of the bright spots who have come onto the scene this year. We call him fresh on the scene. We'll have a section on NorthPoleHoops.com in an article that I will have kind of breaking down everything that we've seen thus far, both in the Western session in Winnipeg as well as here in Rothsay, New Brunswick.
The divisional session in Winnipeg was a good one. Our Western session coming up in Calgary in February. You can check out all of our schedules and our session breakdowns on npacanada.com. Stay with us. We'll be back. Timeout on the floor.
Is it something that I've done again? Say what?
Here's Campbell, look out, one hand jam.
Seeing is believing. Create your very own mixtape that showcases your top highlights and skills. And strengthen your recruiting status with a direct video for coaches and scouts. Available at all NPH covered and hosted events nationwide. Email m.dotto@northpolehoops.com for any inquiries and special filming requests. Exposure starts here.
NPH National Showcase Circuit. From the grassroots level to the pros, a system has been developed through the National Showcase Circuit. North Pole Hoops hosts 3-day camps in Canada's major basketball markets that focus on exposure, skill development, and character development. Top performers go on to receive athletic scholarships in Canada and the United States. There are currently over 200 Canadian men and women playing at the NCAA Division I level. Canada's next top talents are identified at NPH's National Showcase Circuit.
A spirited timeout on the side of the Toronto Basketball Academy. Head coach John Clara loudly let his team know that he didn't like what he saw in the first minute 45.
And for Coach Clara, that's not really the way that he coaches. He's not a loud guy in general. He's actually very soft-spoken, but he wasn't happy with what he saw on certain defensive rotations. Wanted to address it early.
Nice little entry pass. Finished through a little bit of contact by Chris Ogie. Ooh, Amir Golizade. If you don't know the scouting report after 5 quarters of basketball with Amir Golizade, you got to get out on him at range. And if you don't know where he is, he's probably in the corner ready to shoot a 3.
And you got to be careful not to jump out at his shot on the closeout, because he's going to really use that pump fake.
Janine Simmons, pull-up jumper, no good.
Back to the action. Marcus Masters bringing up the ball for TBA, the floor general. Guarded by Jaron Johnson, one of the league's finest scorers. Kendall Saunders from Nova Scotia, class of 2019, 6'6" forward at the line right now. He was tremendous in the last game against Crestwood, playing a couple different defensive assignments. Makes the first here.
Brandon Muntu hands it off to Jaron Johnson. Ogie couldn't get it to go. Golizade. Marcus Masters. No good on the drive. Jaron Johnson from the land beyond. Halifax Prep. Trailing right now.
Tough finish for J9. with the left hand. Elevation. And Halifax Prep, these guys really feed off of each other. Doesn't matter who scores, doesn't matter who makes a defensive stop. They're rooting for each other. You love to see that type of chemistry and flow on a team. It's not present with all of the teams.
Another Ontario versus East matchup here. Following this, we have one more Ontario versus Ontario. Beast versus GTA Prep as our nightcap. Both teams looking to finish off their session schedule, picking up at least one win before they head back home. What a tough take, Janine Simmons.
Happy that he's in the class of 2020. He gets to continue to evolve his game, add a jump shot to his game. Right now, a lot of the offense that you're seeing from him is attacking at the rim, finishing through contact, which is great, which is definitely an elite talent of his. But as a guard, when they sag off on you, you want to be able to make them pay with the jumper.
Masters pushing it. Nice bounce pass. The way of Ison Khan. Simmons has it poked away. It's it right back. Muntu. Some good hands there on the TBA defensive side of things. Ooh, big time three. Uwat stepping out.
And we haven't seen him take many from distance, but it's good to see that he has that as part of the package.
Ooh, look at the dribbling styles put on display there, but resulted in nothing. Is that Marcus Masters?
Marcus Masters got way up for that block.
Marcus Masters.
And he's more athletic than people give him credit for. 2-on-1 here. Good timing. Oh, he's going to be upset at himself for that one. That's a gimme.
Up top, alley-oop slam. Throwing it down, Uwat from Brandon Muntu. Top to bottom, this Halifax Prep squad brings energy from the front office to the coaching staff to the bench to the guys on the floor. Caillou Lacroix checks in for the first time.
Caillou? Do you remember Caillou?
It's Caillou.
Yeah.
Do I remember Caillou?
Television legend.
He ain't gone away.
Only
He's
the
still
parents
there.
that are watching.
My
will know what we're
four-year-old's
talking
still
about.
watching that.
It's still on TV?
It's on Netflix, pal.
Oh, wow.
Koi Uwat going to the line for the three-point play. Yep, when I was going through the rosters for this season, a lot of names jumped out to me. Caillou Lacroix, one of them. Marcus Masters with the rock. Up top. Tajon Graham onto the wing now. For Lacroix, I think I'm going to call Lacroix Caillou. Just going to be a one-name guy the whole season for me. Off glass is good, Jovan Ray. Ooh. Simmons just almost gave it, wrapped it up for the opponent to take away. Whipping that rock around, Julian Lawal for three. Ooh, hop, skip, no finish, but fouled. Halifax up big, knocking on the door of a 40-point quarter. Uwat, those long arms almost came up with the steal. Ooh, Masters. Stepped out of bounds. Shot clock will be turned off, just 13.4 left in the first quarter. TBA just looking like they spent it all.
Spent it all on the Lions.
Yep.
Masters, a little bit of juice left.
$19-point lead. Stay with us. We'll be back. Second quarter action. Halifax Prep enjoying the start to this one. A 36-point first quarter. TBA had all kinds of energy coming off the bus from their trip from Toronto, but seem to be running out of a little bit of juice right now. Simmons. That's a great matchup to watch, he and Marcus Masters. Masters back the other way. Oh! He goes strong, non-stop. Couldn't finish, but he went up with bad intentions. There we go, J9. Masters gonna pull it. No good.
Saunders has been really active on the glass here, giving him a few extra possessions for TBA. Last game, you saw Amir Goladzade getting a lot of open looks. This time, Halifax Prep was watching that game and are making those adjustments.
Yeah, and while the refs figure things out.
(38-17) in Halifax. Really trying to run away with this one before the half. I don't think it's likely that they will. I think we can expect to see more out of TBA. Still their second game here.
Halifax Prep looking for their second win on the day and second in the session. Or sorry, they're third in the session. Lost to Crestwood. Beat GTA Prep. Basket's good. And then beat up on Beast this morning. Ogie extending that lead. Golazade, first touch in a while. From range, Khan is good. Really like what I'm seeing from him out there. Hit it from range, then he goes end to end. Marcus Eaton wants to talk it over before it gets out of hand. A 19-point lead. Still not good enough for Halifax Prep.
It's not a game. This is not a game. Don't waste your time. This is not for everybody. So you got to make a decision by the end of today if this is really what you want. Okay, I'm a 5'8" Arab kid, comes from a low-income family. My family was on welfare when we came up. Nobody expected us to be in have North Pole Hoops in the position that we're in. But everyone that said no saw how hard we grinded and just beat down walls. So now, if you're not going to waste your time, your parents' time, your coaches, don't waste mine either. Because I fought for everything that I've got. And if you want it bad enough, I'm telling you, fight for it. Are we all on the same page? Coach Marcus Eaton called the timeout, was unhappy with what he was seeing from Halifax Prep as TBA started making a little bit of a run, and he warned them these guys could get hot at any minute, trying to maintain and grow on this 20-point lead.
We will eventually inbound this ball. Told you. Tavon Downey, who showed us a little bit of everything so far in this session. Shot from range, got into the paint, wasn't afraid on D. There's Amir Golizadeh. Still's got on the scoreboard in this game. Kick out, Khan, no good. Khan almost gets his own rebound. I think it's going to go the way of TBA. Masters. Running out of space. Kick out. Tough pass. Goes out of bounds. Jovan Ray threw it out. Well, the man who knocked off our internet stream just missed a layup. Jaron Johnson. Big time trifecta there from Jovan Ray. While you were away, Janine Simmons had back-to-back layups. Well, Uwalt gets another one right there. 23-point lead right now for Halifax Prep. They've been in charge since the tip.
Marcus Masters getting the penetration here in the kickout.
TBA battling out there, but 23-point lead's a lot to come back from an active Halifax Prep squad, but Khan's going to do his part, checking in from the downtown district. Downey gets into the lane. Jumper's no good. Teams lining up for the inbounds. Khan picks up the foul. Masters, so fast, so strong on the ball, but Uwalt sends him back. And that's one thing I have found about Uwalt. He loves to celebrate his blocks, and his coaching staff is on him, saying keep playing. And look at Marcus Masters, kick out for three. knock knees. Halifax Prep running back the other way, 100 miles an hour, out of control. Nice passing in transition and missed the easy layup. Well, trade 2 for a basket and a bump. Going to the line looking for the three-point play will be Kendall Saunders. 4:13 left here in the first half of game 4 of 5 on the day from the East National Session in Rothesay, New Brunswick. That was short. Masters. Ooh, one of the first mistakes he's seen from Masters on this day.
He doesn't look himself. He looks a little defeated. Just from an energy standpoint, his motor is a little low compared to what we've seen, of course.
Find that with a lot of players at this age. Your energy level and compete level shouldn't change whether you have the ball in your hands or you're away from the ball. So many guys in this age group, when they have the ball, they're the most energetic guy on the floor. When they don't, it gets sucked out of them.
Halifax Prep doing a better job closing out quicker on the three-point shooting.
Could have called a number of fouls.
They know there's a lot of guys on TBA that can connect from distance.
Downey, Ogodo, Jaron Johnson.
I'm surprised to see Downey back in the game. His lip was cut wide open, at least 6 or 7 stitches. He went at the end of their last game and got it stitched up, and now he's back.
Got to take advantage of your time against this competition in the National Preparatory Association. Ooh. Travel called.
Ugoto got hit in the eye on that one.
Yeah, that was a pretty big elbow. Nice pass. Trevon Hamilton sets up Ogie. Good pass, good finish. .240 to go. Tough pass. Bounce pass came up. Tough to catch. Johnson thought about it. Ogie. Kick out. 10 on the shot clock. They're gonna have to beat the clock right now. Johnson, yeah. No one on the Halifax prep bench calling out the shot clock. $20-point lead right now. Hamilton finds Muntu. Everything that went right for TBA in game number 1 is going wrong for him in game number 2. Out of control, no bailout. Johnson, nice look. Ugodo decides to fade away. Ooh, nice little switch of hands there, but didn't have the finish. Back up for 2 is good.
I'm liking what I'm seeing from Saunders. He's actually been really impressive as a wing, operating from the wing. And then inside game is pretty decent as well.
When you're playing Halifax prep, you're in for a track meet. Got to get back on D. Nasters. Great. Nice little separation. Didn't have the right angle on the layup attempt. Muntu. Woo! Brendan Muntu dropping dimes. A little bit of flair and a little bit of shine. Shot clock's off. 5 on the game clock. Marcus Masters, 3-ball, front rim and out. And TBA's legs are just gone right now. No time to beat the clock. We got a 24-point lead for Halifax Prep at the break. They look to go 3-1 on their session schedule. We'll be back. Second half action.
Loads of potential. Kobe McEwen. He defended a lot of the top guys in this camp. Player is Jalen Warren. All the way. Here, good walk. Give it up.
He can do that? He can do that?
Pick it up, Jalen.
Oh my God!
Top 10, top 10, top 10, top 10.
Jalen Llewellyn, MVP.
So across the country, we've been able to go to every city and really get guys better, and then watch them compete and tell the country, about how good they are. And you're going to be more proud to be a part of all of that. Kids are getting better. Kids are getting exposure. It's awesome.
This event is fantastic. I think you guys, North Pole Hoops, does a tremendous service for basketball in this country. And talking with Kyle Julius, my brother, we never had this when we were growing up. We never had the exposure camps. And I think it's something that people need to start to look at and take advantage of, because regardless if you're the best kid at that camp, you're going to get noticed. And I think that's something that these kids need to understand. And for you guys to go across the country and do these events, it's a tremendous thing.
I think what you guys are doing here in Quebec is us on the map, so to speak. I think it's as far as my responsibility. I want to get the word out there, especially with my affiliation with the national team, as to where we can make our players here in Quebec even more exposed, more noticeable. And what you guys at North Pole Hoops are doing is creating that opportunity.
A competitive person competes for a player or two, right? Competes. But a competitor always tries to find a way to win.
When we're talking top prospects across the country, it doesn't matter if you're the top guy in Ontario, because now you have to be the top guy in Canada. And then it doesn't matter that you're the top guy in Canada, because the States has 350 million people.
I like seeing you guys' hands go up when you talk about NCAA. Because a lot of times from here, we don't believe. That's the only thing that it is. It's just believing. You know, you guys have the talent and just the work ethic, and you guys can all put it in today.
Ici, il y a un écran sur la balle, ils disent switch. Il y a un deuxième écran sur la balle, ils disent rien. Pull-up jumper wide open.
I think it would be easier to get recognized because of North Pole Hoops. You know, you guys are out there recognizing, identifying people because you know that there are diamonds in the rough. Back because of the national team, it was easy to get exposure. So if I could have the access to exposure that the kids get now, I think I would have seen my opportunity in a different way. I would have been as afraid of the opportunity, not necessarily afraid, but I would have known more about the opportunity, known the value of the opportunity, known even the end game of the opportunity. If I knew if the climate was the same now as it was then.
I don't care if it's 4:30 left and we're up by 100. Do you hear me? You play one way and that's hard. Got me? Yeah. Let's go.
Right here. Foul! And one. Let's go, boy! I'm gonna go precision. If you can't be precise, you can't play.
Reach. Smooth. Low. I'm 6'9", 270. I can do it lightly. You guys should be able to.
Every single one of you guys in this gym. It's about competing and seeing where you are to know, all right, I'm leaving camp, I know what I gotta work on.
If I'm evaluating a prospect and he can't play defense, you know what that tells me? That tells me I can't trust him. I can't trust you if you don't play defense.
Tell him, space out, move. You gotta direct the show, okay? Right. And you gotta keep go get it. He's not here. Ball. Communicate, right? That's next level stuff.
It's on the community's involvement as well. There's a lot of people that help, and you know what? That's what really North Pole Hoops is all about. It's about continuing to build culture, continuing to build community within the game, and helping the game elevate here in this country.
We want to invest into the game. We want to work with the community, and we feel that it's extremely important to work together as a community, from high school coaches to club coaches to different stakeholders. It's extremely important to work together. As we always say, it takes a village to raise a child. We really believe that, and we want to execute that.
There's one thing that's
NPH National Showcase Circuit. From the grassroots.
This is not a game. Don't waste your time. This is not for everybody, so you got to make a decision by the end of today if this is really what you want. Okay? I'm a 5'8" Arab kid, comes from a low-income family. My family was on welfare when we came up. Nobody expected us to be have North Pole Hoops in the position that we're in. But everyone that said no saw how hard we grinded and just beat down walls. So now, if you're not going to waste your time, your parents' time, your coaches, don't waste mine either. Because I fought for everything that I've got. And if you want it bad enough, I'm telling you, fight for it. Are we all on the same page?
We are at Rothsay Netherwood School in Rothsay, New Brunswick, the National Preparatory Association's East National Session. We are more than 2/3 of the way through. We got one more game after this one today, and then an 11 a.m. game tomorrow.
11 more, he said.
No, 11 a.m. 11 a.m. game. RNS will be finishing it off against this TBA squad. RNS will be looking to end their session 2-2, and right now we see Halifax Prep knocking on the door of a 3-1 session, which would be huge for them. They would be able to come out of this sitting at 4-1 after a win versus RNS. They'll be feeling good heading into a national session in Ottawa. Again, it's a long season. Every game counts in this 12-game season that every team's playing. And we have our West National Session in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, hosted by the Edge School, one of our expansion programs that we are expecting big things from both on and off the floor. They've already delivered on the floor, currently sitting at 3-0. And off the floor, the type of hosts I think they can be out there in Calgary with their outstanding facilities. Really looking forward to heading out there. It'll be my first time in Calgary. That session's February 8th through 12th. Masters, no good.
Eisen Khan had a lot of time to get that shot off. I'm just as confused as Saunders on that one. I don't know. I wouldn't know how to play D in any other way than he did right there. He looked pretty vertical to me. J9 back to the line, making a living out there.
I was waiting for a third rhyme there.
No, I leave my bars for my freestyle sessions.
Got to pay for those bars.
Absolutely. I wonder if I had a rap name. I don't know what I would. I don't know what it would be.
A rap name?
A rap name.
Well, I think Tristan Jones may have one. He's writing something down.
What do we got there?
Oh, he's not going to like that one.
No, definitely not. Lil E. I refuse to be grouped with all the Lils out there, especially because Lil Pump exists. I know the kids are going to hate on me for that one.
Jumper no good.
One thing Amir Golizade's been able to do that's new to his game is get through tight cracks, dribbling through traffic, finding a way to get to the rim.
He's not scared. Took it right at the big man. Good finish.
And Johnson was one of their primary scorers last season, continuing to be that here for Halifax Prep in their second season in the National Preparatory Association.
Already blowing away their win total from their debut season. Masters. Just one on the shot clock. TBA is going to have to come up with something special. Oh, nice inbounds play. Ooh, stepping in for that steal. Tommy Jahan. Bodies bouncing everywhere. Jumper's good. Kendall Saunders. Muntu got away with a bit of a push off there, hits the jumper. Jaron Johnson tip out. Johnson's asking for it back. Janine Simmons, good off glass.
It's like the lane opened up for him instead of closing up. All the defenders switched to the other side.
Golizade, Jahan. That's pure.
Sami Jahan is a U Sports special. If I'm a U Sports coach, I'm recruiting that guy if I've been needing of a PG.
So let him take it the whole way. Timeout on the floor. Just moving up on the midway point of the third quarter. And we're back.
Double check the score.
.508 left here. Steal. Janine Simmons getting back to his early session ways today.
I like the speed in the open court of Jahan. Really makes defenders second guess who they're going to take, the ball or the man beside them. And he's really good at isolating and, you know, going end to end. He's not trying to waste time taking any other angles in a straight line.
Jahan. Pull up, Moon 2. No good. TBA hanging around in this one. Saunders, kick out, Khan, up top, Jahan. Khan to Jahan, no good. Jaron Johnson tried to fire it through to Ogie. TBA saving it. They're fighting. Not going away in this one. Wouldn't expect anything less from this squad. Marcus Masters finds a cutting Khan.
And they're going to continue to chip away until they find themselves back in the game here. Jahan, good recovery. Excellent defense played by the young gun.
Johnson could have got called for an offensive foul there. 3 balls good, Trayvon Hamilton.
Chris, give me 1 second. I got one for you. Come
on. Not enough legs under him that time.
Drops it off. You want basket plus the foul. Okoye, you want going to the line. He's had himself quite a session.
One of the breakout performers in this session. Got the numbers to back it as well. Gonna look for those stats as they continue to be populated by our friends at Crossover.
Love it when they email me on my cell phone. Let me know that that breakdown's done.
They used to email me on my cell phone when the stats are all done. Jason Tom.
Let me know the breakdown's done. Jaron Johnson back the other way. Ooh, nice ball fake finish. 2 off glass. Hamilton. That's a purposeful move.
Class of 2021 right there.
No flair just for flair.
Yep. Very calculated in his moves.
You're right about Golizade. The way he's getting into those seams, despite the frame that he has.
Yeah, I mean, normally you don't expect somebody that big to be able to maneuver that swiftly through traffic. But it starts with his footwork. I think that's the biggest thing that he's improved. And then the overall handle as well. It's a tight dribble. Sometimes he stays low to the floor as he starts the attack.
You want behind everybody for an easy 2. TBA just don't have the legs right now, getting beaten down the floor every time. Amir Golizade, no good.
And now they're just settling for bad shots. This is not going to work out in their favor. That's how you take contact right there, J9.
Hanging and banging. Everybody was ready for that rebound, but it's a 2-shot foul. Got them both. Minute 35 to go here. Halifax Prep in control. Three shots for Marcus Masters.
Rayvon Young, 2019, 6'3" shooting guard. Back in the lineup for Halifax Prep. He's earned his minutes, and he had one of the most electrifying plays. Had he finished that play would have went viral. On a dunk attempt, just fully extended Superman in the air.
Nice basket in transition by the wall. Masters, Uwat came flying through but couldn't get it all. Under 50 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Simmons definitely enjoying himself out there every time.
He's always got a smile on. He gets yelled at and he's got a smile on.
Under 30 seconds to go now. Uwat got the roll through contact. So long. Golazade, no one's counting it out for him. No one counting it out on the bench. That's exactly what he says to his squad. Big time lead for Halifax Prep heading into the fourth.
That one hurt my soul. That one hurt on the inside.
Here's Mr. O'Clock, goes right down the lane with the slam.
Welcome back. Rossley Netherwood School. Just northeast of St. John, New Brunswick. Had a great time out here. Great hospitality. Great competition. Great vibes with everybody we've been talking to about the event here.
I think the New Brunswick basketball public was really excited about the level of play that's come to the province. They want to see more of it. They're already asking for a return.
Halifax Prep pushing the other way. Put back Uwat. All day. Okoye Uwat.
I'm very interested in knowing what his rebounding statistics are at the end of this weekend. He's got to be averaging a double-double at this point. So quite the turn of events here. Crestwood beats Halifax by about 20. TBA beats Crestwood. And now Halifax is going to work on TBA. It's anybody's season.
Still early in the year, lots of games to be played. You have to take things into consideration like travel and session schedule. But I think that's what, it gives this league a feel for the next level, because a lot of that happens at the next level. NCAA doesn't allow you to make excuses for travel and classes you have to be at. Crazy schedules are ahead of these guys, both at the U Sports, NCAA level. There's tons of travel associated with the next level. This is a good way to get kids ready for that. Khan brings down the board.
Do you think there's any chance that TBA comes back in this game?
No.
Wow, pretty bold.
Saunders for 3.
Pretty bold. And what makes you say that?
Body language.
Body language, momentum.
Don't have the depth that Halifax Prep has.
Yeah.
Don't have a guy like Akoy Uwat who can rebound you 15 boards a game and also hit from range.
And that's news to me, right?
Doesn't seem to be slowing down.
That's news to me. I didn't know that he could shoot the 3-ball at all. And he stepped out twice in this game and made both.
Coming up with it. Adil, but no, sorry, Sammy Jahan. Getting my zeros mixed up. Both teams black and white. Similar lineups and size. Just Halifax Prep just runs and rolls a lot deeper. Pull up. Oh, good. Nice move. Sammy Jahan to the glass for 2. Masters jab step. Can't get the jumper to go. Doesn't come up with a loose ball. Golizade, pump fake, cross to Masters, extra pass, back to Golizade. 3-ball. Could have used that about 2 quarters ago.
It's a 26-point game, so I'm going to have to agree with you at this point.
Took you a couple of minutes.
Ain't no coming back. I just wanted to see how they opened up the quarter. But when you got J9 putting on a show at the rim and showing that he can make the long distance, tough to compete with that. And like you said, one of the biggest things is the depth that these guys have on the team. And hey, now, how about that pretty move? Little off the mark. Put some jelly on it.
Put some jelly on it, but it's nothing but burnt toast, pal. No finish. You don't get points for the dribble effect.
I hear you. Eisen Khan no good on the triple. Here's Jahan again.
He's got to start finishing those, man. Getting himself to the rim. Able to blaze himself a trail, but got to be able to finish those at the basket. Leads at 30. We got one more to go tonight. Beast taking on GTA Prep. 3 is good. I've been wanting to say the name. Adil Banot. Made three-pointer. Got the bench up. Everybody getting some burn today. There we go. Brandon Muntu with the finish that time. Midway point of the fourth quarter. Things in control for Halifax Prep. See our big man getting into the game. The lone 7-footer in NPA history. Ali Ragab.
His best days are ahead of him, man. I thoroughly believe in what he can become. See him on the setup.
Golazade checking in from downtown on back-to-back connections. Banot, no good. Golazade slicing and dicing. Big time hit, Sammy Jahan.
He's having himself a pretty big game.
Yep.
He's got to have close to 30 in this one.
There he is again, getting his hand into the cookie jar.
Just so active and never stops playing hard.
And
that's what you love about him.
Lefty finish with the spin. That was nice. TBA getting a couple positives out of this one. Muntu ends his Eastern National session. Easy two back the other way, TBA. Going to try to make this final score look a little bit more presentable. There's the big man with the putback. Just trying to gain some confidence.
It's really what these minutes are all about, simply development minutes.
Downey pushing it back the other way.
I find a problem at the end of games when you try to throw on 5 guys that don't get a lot of playing time is they all want a piece of the pie now, and everyone's looking to prove to coach, hey, I belong on the floor as well. A lot of isolation basketball here, but you want to show that you can run a set as well and fit in with everybody on the floor.
Isaiah Owen to Downey. Gonna have to launch it. No good. Offensive rebound. About a minute left. Drive, kick, 3, no good. Offensive rebound off his own miss. TBA is going to get it back. Three is good. Asan Khan. Sorry, Asan Khan. Trayvon Hamilton.
Trayvon's a nice piece for them to develop for the future. Once these guys graduate that are ahead of him, he could definitely be a lead guard for Halifax Prep. Class of 2021 is Trayvon Hamilton. 5'11" guard, good frame on him. Good explosive first step too.
Halifax Prep going to feel good about their trip to RNS. Coming away with a 3-1 record in this session to improve to 4-1 on the season. They'll be in good position going forward into the Central National session in Ottawa in a month's time. We got one more coming at you tonight. GTA Prep taking on Beast. Stay with us. We'll be back 7:30 tip.